Alright, so a few weeks ago, I think like 2 weeks ago, I filmed a video, like a life update video, and I was about to post it. I was waiting on just a little bit of information, and then when that little bit of information came up, it literally changed everything in that life update video. And now I feel like everything that I said in that video is just doesn't even matter. None of that is, true. So I want to go ahead and do a new life update video to replace that one, and just kind of come clean, I guess, about some of the things that we have been talking about, that we've been discussing about. Me and my husband made some pretty big decisions, but honestly, all of the decisions that we made didn't really change much of our life right now. So, but they were huge decisions, and they were like, I don't want to say stressful, but they were just like all consuming. Like we really thought hard, and we were really praying and working out every possible aspect to try to figure out what the best decision was for our family. And we were trusting God to lead us down the right path, and it feels good. So I feel like I need to get it all off of my chest to tell you guys about it, and I don't know, make me like wrap it up in a nice little present. And here's what my life is like right now. I don't know. Okay, so let me go. I'm trying to think of like, where did I start off? Because I deleted that video on top of everything. So I'm trying to just remember everything I discussed and figure it all out in my head on how I'm going to talk to you guys about things. So let's start with the number one. I think the biggest part of that video that I was talking about was my husband's job. He has been working with his company for going on 3 years now, and he's been moved around a lot in this company, just different, whatever's been needed, he's kind of just tossed into that field of his company. So it's a lot of scientific words, and I don't really know all of the words, and I know, not to say you guys are dumb, but you probably won't know all of the words, because it's just, he does a lot of non-destructive testing. And so they do a lot of testing on things to, I don't even know, y'all. I really don't even know. My husband went to college for computers, to build computers, program computers, all of that kind of stuff. And he has since just totally changed his career from what he went to school for, and he loves what he does now. So now what he does is he does basically the simplest way that I can explain this is when a welder does their welding on like a pipe, or even like he's done giant silos or giant buildings, or I don't even know, he travels a lot in his company. When they do a weld, they have to be inspected on that. So my husband will go in and he does an x-ray of their weld to make sure there's no holes or gaps or anything, like it can pass, so that whatever is going through that pipe, there's no leakage. So it is a very important job. And it is a little bit dangerous, because he does deal with chemicals and x-rays, so radiography. He has a radiography license. He has a bunch of other certifications that come with his job that he needs. And like I said, he's been tossed around a bunch, so he's got other certifications from other different fields. So a few months ago, he was kind of offered, not that he was looking at all, it was just, my husband's very good at networking. He is like a genius at making friends with everyone. I've said this from the minute that I've known him. Like, he's not a shy person at all, and he makes friends with everyone everywhere, and he's very good at networking. So he just, one of those people that he just randomly made friends with, has basically offered him a job. He went in, did all of the interview process, the background checks, really worked through if this would be a good fit for him. It would be a different career job. Yes. I don't know what she's saying. It would be a different career, And he really liked the idea of what he was doing, but when it came down to it, the schedule was going to be so off for our family and for us, and we were going to just adjust because the money was going to be more, so it would have been worth it. But then when we got the final offer, it just, stuff didn't feel right. There was just things about the way that this like interview process was handled. It just took a lot longer. We were told, hey, the letter is in your email. We mailed it this day. We mailed it this day. And it was like weeks went by and we never got it. And we just were just, I don't know. It just, things did not feel right. And we just felt like, you know what? We're good where we are. So like I said, he wasn't looking for a job. He's not currently looking for a job. He loves his company. He loves the people he works with. You know, the pay could be a little bit better, but I think everybody's pay could be a little bit better, right? So he is going to stay where he's at. He's going to finish doing all of his certifications. Maybe in the future look somewhere else, but he's happy with what he's doing. He really does like his job. So yeah, like I said, that it was a lot of thinking and praying, but at the end, we're just going to stay. We're good where we're at. So nothing really changed with that. We just feel more secure and more happy with our decision of what we're doing already. So that was decision number 1 that we were thinking of. Decision number 2 that we were thinking of is currently where we live, and I've talked about this a ton in past videos, is the school district where we live. It's not the greatest, especially the high school. The high school that we live has a failing grade. It has a very terrifying percentage of graduation rate. And there's a lot of, in the nicest way possible, there's a lot of crime. There's a lot of, honestly, gang activity and weapons and just things that honestly, I've said this a few times, like maybe if I had boys, I would think different. But since I have my girls, I just don't feel right sending them to this school. And so Julia's in 8th grade. Her school currently only goes to 8th grade, so we need to make a decision on where she goes. She really wants to join a swim team. That's something that she's like dead set. She will be joining the swim team. So we want our daughter to have a good high school career. We want her to experience everything that comes with high school and just... Is he awake? Okay, good. So we're trying to look into different options for that. Currently they go to a private elementary school, but the private high schools are a very hard bill to swallow, and there are options to make it cheaper, but we're just thinking it's not the route that we feel comfortable going down. We just don't feel like we can swing it. So we were looking into other options, and there is a school that Julia had her heart set on, and I called them and they will not take her because she doesn't live in the district. And I asked, like, is there any way that I can get around that? I will pay a little bit if I have to pay. They won't accept her. And that was really like a bummer. So I was like, okay, our only options is to send her to another school that's a little bit farther away, but it's not a bad school, or we move. And so we have been, that like breaks my heart, you guys. I love my house. I mean, we are so attached to my house. It's my house. It's where I have my babies. It's, you know, we really fixed up that house. Getting the house that we have was like a miracle of God anyway. So like, that house has so many memories and so much love in there. And it would break my heart to leave that house. But if we had to move for my daughter's education, and it's not just Julia, it would be all of their education, because in a couple of years, we're going to be in the same boat with all the other girls, because obviously the schools don't change. So, I mean, maybe they could change. Maybe they could get better. That would be awesome. So I started looking around at houses, and I was like, me and my husband talked, and we were like, you know what? If we are going to move, this is going to be our forever house. Like, we don't want to be moving every year, every other year, or anything like that. Like, this would be our forever house. So it needs to be checklist of everything that we want in a house. And so we're not like super fancy people, you guys, and we're not super picky people, but there were certain things that I really want. I want a covered front porch. I want 4 bedrooms. I want a detached garage or some kind of separate area for my husband to work on his cars, or for me to do any kind of fun projects I want to do. I would love to have a fenced in yard. preferably one that's not like backed up into other neighbors. Like I would like more of a private area. So there was a bunch of things that like were on our checklist. I also was very picky about, I don't really want to move in somewhere that's going to need a whole lot of fixing up. We fixed up the house that we live in now so much, and I just feel like starting all over again, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to put in all that much work. So as we stand right now, with all of our checklist stuff that we had on our list, I don't see anything out there in the market. Things could change, something could pop up, but we feel like we're going to stay where we're at, and we're going to send her to the schools that are a little bit further away. They do have open enrollment. I can drive her. It's just going to be a little pain in the butt until she starts driving herself. So, but that's what the decision that we've made as of right now. Like, things could change if something pops up, but we feel really good about making this decision. The other decision that we are talking about, and this one's still kind of up in the air because I'm trying to really make a decision. I don't want to do it. I'm terrified, to be honest with you. Okay. Hazel, Miss Hazel right there, she is 4. She's turned 4. So next year she'll turn 5. And then the year after that, she will start kindergarten. Yes, a butterfly birthday. So it was always our plan that I would go back to work full-time, or at least part-time. I would go back to work outside of the house when all of our children are in school. And so I have not, time's ticking on that. And Harper starts kindergarten next year, so then I'll only be down 1 kid for babysitting. And I'm just kind of feeling like I need to figure out what I'm going to do. Like, time is ticking. I need to grow up and be an adult and figure out what I want to do. And the more I think, the more I'm leaning towards being an art teacher. And you guys know, I mean, if you know me at all, you've watched any of my videos, I literally, art is like therapy to me. Any kind of form of art, any kind. I'm not always that great of it, but I love experimenting, and I love doing them, and I love doing it with my kids and the kids I babysit. And I don't know. I feel in my heart that I would be good at it. And so I'm looking into schools. I'm looking into programs. My brother is a high school teacher up at Cleveland in Ohio. So I know I've been talking to him about what he knows about how to become an art teacher, or what I need to do. And we've decided, I know I have to get a 4-year degree, and so that is terrifying to me, guys. I'm dyslexic, and I never really did great at school, and so I'm nervous about going back to school. I went to college for a little bit, but it's been a while, so I don't even know if my credits would transfer. I'm going to have to check into all that. I hope at least something transfers. That would be all. I paid for it, and that's the other thing. Money. Freaking college is expensive, so I'm nervous about doing the work, and I'm nervous about how I'm going to pay for it and also still help somehow provide for my family. So I am making an appointment to meet with the college here soon, and just to go, make a walkthrough, and I feel like I'll have a better decision then. But anyhow, those are the main big things that we've been really trying to figure out, discuss, talk about. Brian is super supportive, and whatever I decide to do, it's me and my nervousness and overcoming all those fears and voices in the back of my head that's trying to doubt myself. Other than that, girls are great, family's great, the house is great, dog is great, and Cameron's great. He's doing great. Yeah, I feel like that's it. That's life update for you guys. Like I said, nothing really changed, but we feel like we feel really good making the decisions that we did. And so, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this somewhat or whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit subscribe. I'm about to start Vlogmas. What, baby? I know Hazel's not feeling all that great today, but she's got a sucker, so she can't be too bad now, right? That's happy. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.